Today we're introducing you to the brand new 2021 Toro Titan Max, and all I can say is wow. The power, the construction, the features are off the chart for this prosumer model, brand new from Toro. And we're so excited to show it to you because we've already run it through some serious tests here on our property. And it has passed all of them with flying colors. You are gonna love this thing. Let's show it to you in detail. So if you didn't know, we've had this Toro Titan with the MyRide system. It's also a 60-inch. We've had it for a year and a half and we did a full review on it. If you haven't seen that video, go check up here at the top of the screen. Now there are definitely some differences between the two, but we are going to save a comparison for a future video. Make sure you stay tuned for that video also, but today it's all about the new Titan Max. Look at this beast. This thing is huge and it is made for large acreage with tough grasses and ranches where you're mowing a lot of acreage around your outbuildings, around your barns, around your home, all the structures that where you need to keep the grass low. This thing is made for it. So this thing is a combination between their commercial HD 2000 series and their Titans, and it is a perfect blend in my opinion between the two. Let's take a look at all the features this has to offer. Now, as you can see, we've just put it through its paces and did our testing, so she's all nice and dirty now. But let's go through, look at this seat. Let's start off with this. Unbelievable. This high back on this seat is incredibly comfortable. And what's beautiful about it too, and in my opinion better than the regular Titan, is look at the contouring. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but here's my hand depth. You can see it maybe on the side here. This really holds you into the seat. Much better, and it's much higher than the other one also. Also, this contouring right here is really going to keep you down in the seat, and of course, on this one, we've got a seat belt. Now, if they could add some suspension on this seat in the future, that would be incredibly beneficial to the consumer. Okay, we've got a ROPS, a rollover protection system. It's actually got 3 positions where you can actually take this down for storage or kind of fold it halfway or have it all the way up like this, because this mower can actually do some pretty aggressive moves. Obviously, look at these tires. These are 23 by 12 by 12s, and they are incredibly aggressive. Now, we haven't fully done all of our testing that we need to do with the tires and to see if they actually tear up our lawn, but that's going to be dependent on the operator also. So we're not the best mowers, we're not professionals, a professional lawn care service. We do a lot of mowing out here on the property, so I'm interested to see how these perform with tearing up the grass. Now, under the chassis, we've got the 3100 series hydros, the big hydros. They are serviceable and they are very smooth. So I absolutely love these things. These are the same ones that are on the Titan. So in my opinion, this is the most important feature. This is the Kohler 7000 series 26 horsepower V-twin engine. That's a lot of power and it's really important for a property like mine. So when the video cuts away to show you our testing on this, you are going to see and most importantly hear how this engine performs. This thing is unbelievably powerful. It took everything that I threw at it, didn't bog down once, didn't hesitate once, no problem. It went through thick, dried, tough Bahia hay grass that was about a foot tall. It went under our massive loblolly pines, which drop a ton of needles, didn't flinch at all. And it cut through tons of finger thickness tree starts that were all over my field on the other property. And it handled it all without flinching. Continuing on with the features, I love that they took the battery out, and it is incredibly accessible because here in the wintertime, I just put a battery tender on my lawn equipment, and it is much easier to get to change out. These batteries actually don't last that long. So to change out the battery on the other Titan, it's within a compartment, not as easy to get to. This, I love that they did this. Also, on this one, comes standard with a trailer hitch. Great idea to add that because we utilize a lot of things that hook onto the back of our mowers here on the property. This is much needed. Now I love the layout of this instrument panel. It is improved and it's got spaces for additional lights and switches if you need to put them there. But the biggest improvement here is the hour meter. It has a lot of different features that will help you in the operation of the mower itself. Not only does it have a battery monitor on it, it has indicator lights to tell you if you're in neutral or if your parking brake isn't fully engaged, things like that. It's a great little addition. Another awesome addition is an increased capacity on our fuel tank. They've gone from 5 gallons up to 7. This will last me for at least 2 full cuttings of my property. So on the Titan Max here, instead of a fuel gauge, we've got the translucent gas tank here in the cutout so that you can see how much gas you have in the tank. In my opinion, this doesn't work very well because it gets so dirty that it's really, really hard to see. It's also hard to see in the bright sunlight depending on how the mower is angled. If they could bring the fuel gauge back like I've got on the Titan with the MyRide system, I'd love that because these aren't great. So, and on this model, we've got really easy access to our reservoir for our hydraulic transmission fluid and really a beautiful commercial grade oil hose here for easy access to changing the oil. Now in this Kohler engine, we don't have the really tall commercial canister style air filter like on the other Toro or on the other Titan, but we do have this really large cylindrical air filter here that will help this big engine breathe. So what that big 26 horsepower does for you also is give you 9 miles an hour. If you've got a big property to cut, the faster you can go with a great cut, the better. So of course we've got quick access when you lift up the floorboard here to our deck, belts and pulleys, and as you can see, this has a commercial 5/8 inch belt on it, which is fantastic. It needs that extra strength, I think, for mowing the stuff that we mow on our property. Now this still has the normal Titan deck on it, but this deck is unbelievable. It's made of grade 50 10 gauge steel. It's got a bullnose in the front and it takes an absolute beating. I actually ran over and hit an old stump. It wasn't really a stump, but his old tree about that big, about 3 inches in diameter. It actually just plowed it right over with no issues whatsoever. I love this deck. I love the way it attaches. I've talked about that in my other video, but if you didn't know, this is a 4-point attachment with these chains. You can step on the deck itself. It is solid as a rock. It's not going anywhere and it rides really nicely. So additionally, it has 3 anti-scalping wheels and they are attached by thick steel brackets on both sides of the scalping wheel. And that's really important if you have really rough terrain like mine and you're hitting, say, hidden stumps, hidden rocks, things like that. You don't want these anti-scalping wheels to be bent over to the side. So having brackets on both sides of them is really important and a great feature of this deck. Let's not forget this. They brought back the thick rubber discharge chute. This is a great feature. If you happen to hit something, it flexes a lot better than the plastic ones. And that does less damage to the chute itself, but also to whatever it is you hit. So the parking brake on this is really easy to operate. In comparison to other mowers that I do own or have had, the ability to put this up into park and back down again is super smooth. Now, a cool feature in this mower is in its Pro DNA, in that you can store the deck up, you can push the deck up and it will lock for storage and moving around, easier for putting it back on your trailer. So we have it down in its lowest setting here, which is 1 inch. I will push this up and it's completely locked in by this lever right here. This is a fantastic feature. So if I want to bring it back down, I can actually pull that up and it will come back down, and then I can also adjust it with the pin between any setting I want. Actually between 5 inches and 1.5 inches. So that is a huge range. That gives you a great ability to be able to mow different areas. So I'm out in my field, I'm on my other property, I'm knocking down the nasty Bahia hay grass at 4 to 5 inches. And over here around the house, I've got a nice fescue, which I can mow down to 1.5 inches. Absolutely beautiful cut on all the types of different types of grasses, and they give you such a wide range of adjustment. That is a great feature. And last but not least, let's talk about this frame. This is the frame from their commercial series, the HD 2000 series. It is massive, fully welded, and it's got this huge 2-inch by 3-inch thick tube steel here. It is unbelievable. This is so beefy. You could run this into a brick wall and it's not going anywhere. So when you're out on a really rough rural property like mine, you don't have to worry about a thing. So overall, first impressions, all I can say is wow. This thing is an absolute beast, and it's perfect for properties like mine. We've got 8 acres, we mow 5 of it. It is different terrains, it is rough in a lot of spots, there's hills everywhere. It's got a lot of different things that I need a mower to be able to handle, and this one did it all. And I am still stunned that you can get commercial power, a commercial frame, and a lot of other commercial features for the price that this Toro is going to be sold at, which is about $6,000 plus. That is unreal to me. You can't get a commercial mower, a commercial grade mower for under like, I think it's maybe 12, something like that. And for Toro to do this for the homeowner with large property, big thumbs up. So if you're an owner of a large property where you need a mower to do a lot of different things and be incredibly bulletproof and tough, I gotta say, this thing is unreal, and I would recommend it to you. Now go check out this video playlist, which highlights all the different mowers and lawn care equipment that we use out here on our big property. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.